Alright guys, in the past I have built the ultimate gold loadout and it came out crazy expensive, but today I'm going to build the perfect gold loadout. And if you're not aware, I'm a big fan of gold skins and I think I have absolutely cooked here. So hopefully you enjoy it and let's get into it. As we have a new format and I'm only going to use one combo for this video, let me clear up all 3 items in one go here. Knife and glove combo, you can see it here, it's going to be minimal wear sports gloves Omegas, which run you $955, but then it's paired with a butterfly knife lower, which is basically just shy of $1,900. So you are spending a good chunk on the combo. This is $2,835 on the combo, but you have borderline S tier gloves. Sports gloves are the best gloves in the game. Minimal wear, they look hella clean. And then the lower blade and minimal wear with all these animations. It's a cracking combo. And if you're not aware, you can see the CT agent as well. It's Michael Cypher's FBI Sniper, which is $5.50 at the time of planning, which was January 25th. If you're watching it down the line, please be mindful, obviously the prices can fluctuate. But with the new format, I'm now going to go through all of the CT weapons and then we'll jump to the T side. So I feel like the USP always gets a bit of an interesting conversation. I am going to pick the Jawbreaker. It's $10.61 in minimal wear. I argue this is a yellow base skin with purple and blue and like pink over the top of it. And overall with the Omegas, I think it works really well because you still see those yellow accents the whole way down, but you get some other color through it. And honestly, it just reminds me how good this Jawbreaker skin actually is. Now, the PD50, you're going to use it on both sides, and it's going to be the Apep's Curse. Now, I've gone field test it, not souvenir, just flat out normal, because the price is dropping on it. This is a much more true gold, I want to say, compared to the sort of yellowy gold you get on the Omegas. But with Counter-Strike, you're not always going to consistently get perfect pairing, so you have to have a little bit of buffer in there. Now, with spending so much on the knife and glove combo, I couldn't bring myself to just suggest a Desert Eagle Conspiracy. So I had to step it up a little bit, and I've suggested the Pilot, which in minimal wear runs you $92. Now, you can blame Tom for this. He's been using it more recently. He keeps mentioning it while we're playing. Like, you know what? The Pilot's not too bad of a deal. And it's kind of won me over a little bit. I think for this sort of loadout, picking the Pilot, maybe figuring out some gold stickers to put on it, but it just looks clean, and it really pairs, like that silvery grey for the Omega gloves just work. The Julies are always kind of fun, because you end up with the Royal Consorts, which again are that more sort of true gold colour, like an actual real gold, rather than the yellowy stuff, and you get a little bit of green through, so it plays a little bit, but it's under $1 minimal wear. You're only really going to use them on pistol rounds, so we can chill with it. And then on the 5.7, I'm actually going to suggest the Withered Vine Souvenir, which is only 8 cents in minimal wear, and you get then the gold stickers on it. So it's actually a purple based skin with mixed colors through it, but the souvenir with the gold stickers, I think for the value for money you're paying, is actually really nice. Now let's look at the CT SMGs. And once again, you're going to have an MP9 Starlight Protector. Outside of going for like the Bulldozer, which is kind of pricey, I think the Starlight Protector under $6 minimal wear, really nice value for money offering. Obviously lots of gold accents throughout it on a white base skin, which normally comes with a bit of premium. And then obviously you got some nice rainbow unicorn colors in there as well. Normally when it comes to the MP7, I would just full send it on a Just Smile and claim there's some yellow on it with a smiley face. But being real, if you use the MP7, you want to pick up the Nemesis. This is $6.52 in minimal wear. You're going to use it both on CT side and also on T side. So if you are an MP7 enjoyer, spending that little bit extra on it to get such a sick looking skin, I think it's worth it. And then another weapon you're going to use on both CT and T side is the UMP. And I've gone for the Gold Bismuth or Bismuth, whatever way you want to pronounce it, which is just under $4 in minimal wear. Much like the Starlight Protector, kind of like this white base skin, some nice gold accents on it. This is more, I could say again, true gold rather than that sort of like yellowy gold. But overall, it works well for the loadout. For the XM, I'm actually going to suggest the Irizumi, which is only 15 cents in minimal wear, but I actually think the artwork on this is fantastic. It's a really nicely done skin. It's just a shame that the color isn't crazy bright, but I think overall it works in pretty nicely for the loadout, and it doesn't break the bank. And then the Mag 7 would normally give away where I'm going to go for the M4A4. We've got it here, $4.40 for the Justice in minimal wear. Incredibly clean, lots of nice gold, but also blue. But blue is a really nice complementing color to gold, so it's always just nice to have in there. So I do feel like for the rifles, kind of obvious picks, we're going to have the Golden Coil here, $103 for minimal wear. You can save a little bit and go down to like field test at Battle Scarred, but minimal wear, that gold is looking clean as hell. And this is the only time where I'd really think, you know what, I want to go Ricksaw and go sleeveless for the agent, because the sleeves I feel like get in the way a little bit, but I suggest Ricksaw so much I had to do something different here. Now, prepare yourselves for the M4A4 choice, because I'm going to suggest the Coalition. Minimal wear, this runs you about $70. Now, it's a bit up in the air. Train's back in the map. Well, are we going to see souvenirs in this? We don't know yet. They could add in a new train collection before the major, but as it stands right now, this is a majorly slept on skin, but it looks fantastic in game. It's lots of gold, lots of grey and black with some blue accents. It's a perfect skin. I recently bought one and field tested to use myself as a play skin. Now, the op is where this loadout gets a little bit interesting. I am going to suggest a duality for people that don't op much. This is under $5. It's minimum wear. Along with the Aetherius, it's one of the best value for money op skins flat out in Counter-Strike 2. If, however, you have the budget and you're an opper and you want something that's got that bit more vibe and flashiness to it, that's when you're going to spend almost $2,100 and pick up a field-tested Prince. Very expensive skin. It does scream luxury vibes, though. Again, that really sort of true gold, nice red accent. So if you're an opper and you've got the budget, you get this, you put a gold sticker on the scope and you absolutely vibe. If not, you rock that duality. Balanced choice is pretty easy because we have the commemoration. So like minimum wear for $8 is really nice. As I've mentioned in recent videos, we're kind of waiting for the buff that's been confirmed from Valve to go live on this, and we don't know if it's going to impact prices too much. I'm traveling, so I have to record a little bit in advance, so hopefully that update doesn't cause this skin to absolutely spike in price. And then finally, to end the CT side, we're going to have the Stymphalion, one of my favorite sort of value for money skins in the game, if you do use the AUG, that is, because under $3 for this, you're getting a lot of really nice gold detailing. It's just a shame, obviously, it doesn't continue up to the scope, which is something that I try to look for in AUG skins these days. Now, that's the CT side covered. Obviously, some skins will also be used on T side, but let's look at the T side specific weapons now. Now, on the T side, you're laughing because you get agents that have gold accents. This is Sir Bloody Darrow Royale, who is just under $39. He also has a gold mask on. Not that you see the gold mask, and this is not him. This is my agent, which also has gold accents. But he has the gold mask on, which is really, really nice if you want to really play into that theme. And the Glock, you may have got a bit of a spoiler when you see my own Glock at the start of the video, but Ramezzi's Reach here, $8.50 for minimal wear. It's absolutely fantastic. Mine is factory new with the Godsent Holocraft on it, which plays into the entire vibe of the skin like really well. So yeah, absolutely banging Glock skin. The P250 and the Deagle remain the same as CT, so we can move on to the Tech 9, where we're going to go for the Mummy's Rot. Now, this is an interesting one because there's definitely elements of like yellow and gold on the skin, but it's also quite brown and that gold venom at the back. You can get this souvenir. Maybe that's the path you want to go to get some gold stickers on it to really bring it to life. But this is one of my favorite Tech 9 skins, and across the board, I think it works in pretty well for this. I will note, you could spend a little bit more and get like a field test with the battle scarred fuel injector, which would also pair very well with the Omega Glove. So let that be clear, but I'm using my bias. I'm picking the Mummy Rot. Now, this next one comes with a little bit of an asterisk because it's a CZ, and not everyone uses the CZ, but if you do, $5.25 for the Syndicate makes sense. And if this seems familiar, it's because it's from the same Train collection that the Coalition is, and the artwork style is very similar with the black and gold and the blue accents. Now, the MAC-10, the run and gun SMG, you're going to go for gold brick, and you're going to get it minimal wear, which is about $24. Getting it minimal wear means you get rid of any of those little scuffs on it, and it is literally just you're rushing with a gold brick. I've picked a souvenir one, but I'm showcasing it without the stickers because I would suggest probably you screw up them and just rock it like this. I've suggested the Oxide Oasis for the MP5, and I'll be honest, this is one that's got a little bit of bias on it. I have suggested souvenir, so it would come with gold stickers that would look good. This is just a cool skin. If you use the MP5, it's probably the best skin in the game. Yes, you can make the argument massively that the FBI agent, or agent, whatever the MP5 is called, should be the one I suggest here, but flame me in the comments if you want. And then ended off the SMGs, I'm going to go PB Bison this time. I have gone field tested for the Judgment of Anubis because it is like $3.64 even for field tested. I don't think you're using this too much, so I didn't want to jump all the way to that minimal wear costing. This is also why using that Agent MP5 rather than the Oxide Oasis probably should have been suggested. But now we're on the T-side rifles. We've got a few more to go. First up, it's the Chatterbox for the Gale. Battle Scar, this is $8.50. Obviously, when you shoot it, the mouth opens up and down. It's kind of cool. Borderline in this kind of like yellowy, orangey vibe. Lots of brown on it as well. But across the board, I think with the options there on the Gale side, it fits in quite nicely. Now, on the AK, there's two options. First up is the fuel injector. You can get this minimal wear. It's $215. I'm going to call it an iconic skin in the game. It always just consistently looks good. It's got crazy craft potential with the Omegas. It's one of the go-to AKs, really, for the Omegas. It looks sick. If, however, you want something that's a bit more gold rather than this like yellowy, orangey argument that people can have, I've got a better option. And it's the Inheritance, because Battlescarred, this runs you $79, $80-ish, always changing a little bit. But Battlescarred, it starts to get these like kind of rose goldy gold cracks coming through on it. Plus it's already got like a white base and lots of gold accents on it. So for half the price and it being a bit more, I'm going to say, aligned to the gold vibe, I personally would go Inheritance. But if you want that straight up pairing with the Omegas, obviously that fuel injector is for you. For the Scout, I've gone for a big iron field test, which is $8.30. If you use the Scout regularly, you might want to spend a little bit more to go for the minimal wear, but I think for most people, field tester here covers what we need pretty well. And then finally, the SG is going to be a hazard pay. I'm suggesting Souvenir, which is about $55 to $56 field test. At least some marketplaces have it there. Supply for this skin is super varied, so the pricing is a little bit of a nightmare, but I found 2 sites at the time you could get it for this price. So I'm running with that. Now, this is a very nice loadout across the board. Like, very nice loadout across the board. Now, well, the AK you choose can adjust the final price for this loadout. Really, it's the op. So if you win for the duality, the total cost of this loadout is $3,551. So $3,500 for a gold loadout where you're getting a butterfly lore, and honestly, you're getting some S tier skins across the board. It's actually pretty solid. And then, if however, you went for the Prince, you went for the baller move, $5,630 for this. So take your pick. Obviously, budgets will vary a lot for you guys, and then how much you care to spend so big on the op if you are an opper. But outside of that, big thank you to YouTube members that continue to support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. We're going to have more viewer loadouts coming soon, so if you want to skip that queue, make sure you hit that member button down below and you join, and we'll get you sorted. And outside of that, I hope you enjoyed this one. We're going to keep these perfect loadouts coming for every other color theme we can do, so make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button if you aren't here to catch all the future episodes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Good.